just came out of the Paul Revere house. We were in there and had some.
I want $10 now.
Okay, let's go back to the car.
Can I have
Come on.
$10? Can I have $10?
No, yeah, you can if you come on. Austin, let's go, buddy.
Well, what we can do is we're going to walk through.
Let me see, where's the exit? Oh,
Yeah, and then we'll go, and maybe we'll hang out at one of those.
oh, same place as they say no exit, but that is the exit.
Yeah.
Austin, where are you?
What's
Okay.
Is that?
There's stairs and stuff.
Now can I have $10?
Okay.
It's this way. It's narrow and there's stairs.
Dad, now can I have $10?
Hold on, you got to hold on, okay? Hold on. Just come on in.
That is because it's reinforced with metal on the other side. That's actually called a pirate. So if someone was trying to break into your home with an axe, they would be there hitting it, and you would be upstairs. And you would walk right over the front door on the upstairs, and you would look down, and in the jetty, there'd be a trap door. You would just open your trap door, you would take your musket, and you would shoot the invader. So that's why they had those jetties, so they had access to the first floor to protect themselves. The windows are built like that because all the plate glass had to be imported from Europe. No one in the colonies made plate glass. And because it was so expensive when you imported glass, you imported the little diamonds. That was so when you built the window, if it became damaged, you only had to replace diamonds and not a whole sheet of glass. The problem was you were taxed on the clarity of the diamonds. The clearer the diamond, the more tax you paid. Because Robert Howard was a man of modest means, you can tell. The glass on his house is fairly dark. That's where the expression, I'm getting the daylights taxed out of me, that's where that comes from. That was a literal expression. If you were someone with less money, your house would be darker inside because you literally could not afford the glass. Now, when this home is 90 years old, Paul Revere moves into it. He moves here with his wife Sarah, their 5 children, and his mother Deborah. Together they have 8 children when she dies in childbirth. 5 months later he marries her cousin Rachel, who bores Paul Revere another 8 children. Paul Revere was the father of 16 children, and that is why Sam Adams called him a minute man. He said he was busy every minute. Apparently changing diapers. Now, you look at this house and you say, how did 16 children fit in there? They never did. There were 35 years between the birth of the first and the last child, and along the way, 5 of those children died before the age of 5. So no more than 6 children ever lived in this building at any one time. Now, that is very important to understand, because when Paul Revere goes on the famous midnight ride, part of the reason he's able to do that is because there are no soldiers living in his home. At that time, in 1775, Boston was under British occupation. Many of the soldiers actually lived in people's homes. In fact, in your home, there would most assuredly be a soldier sleeping in your bed, You guys would be sleeping on the floor if you lived here at the time. But no British soldier wanted to live in Paul Revere's house. How come? How come?
He had the musket and he could shoot down when they'd come through the door.
6 kids. Who wants to live in a house with 6 kids? kids. So when Paul Revere goes on the famous midnight ride, he's able to sneak out of his home, go past the British patrols that are here, and make his way to Charlestown. Now, a man you're going to learn about later, Robert Newman. Robert Newman is the man that hangs the two lanterns. He's in a much tougher position. He's only got one brother, which means they have two soldiers living in their bedroom. So when he gets up at night, he's got to sneak past the two soldiers, step over them. He's got to go out his home. He's got to walk through the streets here that are filled with British patrols. He's got to go up 9 floors to the top of the Old North Church in complete darkness. There was not a match lit in the entire city of Boston. We were under a curfew. So after 9 o'clock at night, you couldn't see anything. He's going up these ladders. He can't even see the hand in front of his face. He holds the lanterns for 1 minute. He's got to scurry back down, escape out of the Old North Church, run through the streets, not being seen by the British patrols, and then get back to his bedroom, stepping over the soldiers who are sleeping there. He had a very difficult time on his task, and he is one of the unsung heroes of the Midnight Ride. If it wasn't for Robert Newman, all of history could have been different. Had he woken up those soldiers, who knows what would have happened in Lexington. So now we're going to move a little further into the North End. I'm going to cross the street and walk on the bricks. I don't like walking on the cobblestone. Oh, one thing I will say, yes, Paul Revere moves out of here when he becomes wealthy. 30 years later, 1800, he moves out of this building, moves into a bigger building. This becomes a cigar factory, then it's a candy store, then it's a tenement, and then it's the Bank of Italy. 1900, Boston closes down all the banks of Italy. Okay? None of them were chartered. And this becomes purchased by Paul Revere's great-grandson, Paul Reynolds. He buys it in 1902. He renovates it in 1910 and opens as a tourist attraction, and that's what it is today. It's been open to the public since 1910. You can take a tour of that building. I think it's $5 now. So, but we'll cross the street here. It's not just cars.